Hi, I'm Jacqueline and welcome to Timeless Beauty Studio for the Mature Woman. In today's video, I'm going to be going through a review with you on best blush, bronzer, and highlight placement for your mature face. So if you're interested in seeing how I show you the proper placement to put blush, bronzer, and highlight, I hope you stay tuned. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating blush, bronzer, and highlight placement. Many times I get questions asked how to apply it properly, especially as we age. Structure of face changes, and there's certain ways of applying it to help us to make us look a little more lifted and a little more youthful. So I'm going to be going through a demonstration for you, showing you how to apply these products. And on one side of my face, I'm going to do cream product, and on the other side of my face, I will do a powder product. So, okay, so let's just get started. So first of all, what I'm going to do is show you the actual placement, the best placement for you to apply these products. So either take a brush handle, or I have this spatula right here. I'm going to use this today. So if you place the spatula against the nose and up to the top of the ear, right here. So as you can see, right here to here is where you would place your highlighter for the highlighting. So I'm going to just kind of press it on my face there. And then for blush placement, if you place it from the corner of your mouth here, and lots of times you're told, some makeup artists will tell you to do it just at the middle of the part of your ear here. But as we get older, we're going to raise it a little bit more. So I'm going to do it from the corner of my mouth to the upper part, or just to the ear, the top of that ear. I'm not sure what that's called, but right at this part of your ear. So I'm going to do it from there to there. So basically you're applying, you don't want your blush to go below this area right here. And when you do this, you don't, so you have an area there right to the top of the ear. That's where your highlighter is going to go. And you don't want it to go any, like your blush is going to be in between these two spaces here. So it doesn't look like a lot area to work with, but it works out pretty good. And also, you don't want to bring it in too close to your face. Like years ago, they used to tell you to do it on the apple, like blush on the apple. But because our face has dropped somewhat, as we get older, you don't want to do that there. So I recommend that you don't bring it, a lot of times you'll hear too, so keep it 2 fingers away from the nose. But what I like to suggest is just at the outside of the eyebrow. You don't want to bring it down into this area. So you want to keep it farther back, and we're having it to go this way up higher. So hopefully I didn't confuse you, but as I'm going along, you'll be able to see how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cream products first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have the Smashbox contour pencils that you can buy. And what I'm going to do is start with the doing the blush, or not the blush, sorry, the bronzer. So what I'm just using today is bronzer, blush, and highlighter. I'm not going to be doing any contouring because I figured for the spring and summer we're not going to do a lot of contouring. We're going to be using bronzers mostly and blushes. So, and you know, they do act as a little bit of a contouring for the face too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bronzer in this pencil, and I'm going to, and I don't want to come below, like I had mentioned, the top of that area of the ear here. So I'm just going to take a little bit here and bring it down from there, right there, as you can see right there. And then I'm going to take my brush, and I'm going to blend that in. So what I like to do is do it in an upward motion going back towards the ear. You don't want to bring, like I said, you don't want to bring it out too close to the inside of your face. So I'm just going to brush it up and back like so. And I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend that in a little bit better. So I don't want to bring it in any farther into the face here. So I'm just bringing it out, and I'm gonna be careful not to get it into the gray hair. All right, so I've started with the bronzer there. You could always add your cream bronzer around the top of your face, on the nose, but today I'm just showing you the cheeks. So the next thing I'm going to do is add the blusher. And I'm going to use this little e.l.f. Cream blusher that I had picked up, and I showed it in the drugstore video that I did. And if you're interested in, if you haven't seen it, we'll put this up for you. So I'm just going to bring it up just a bit above that bronzing color there. Now, oftentimes you'll hear, what order do you put these in? So basically, just experiment and figure out what's best for you. You can start with your bronzer as a guideline, and then just add your blush like this. And then I'm going to blend that in. And see, as you can see, I'm keeping it up high on the cheek. And it's just blending kind of into the bronzer. And again, I'm not bringing it into this area here. As we age, this does tend to sink in, so I don't want to bring that in and darken that area. So I'm just bringing that up and blending that in. So as you can see, I've kept it in that area of my face. And now I'm going to bring in a highlighter, and what I'm going to use today is the Strobe Cream. Lots of times ladies will say they don't want to use highlighter, it gets into the crow's feet here. I do have a few out on this side, but I like to wear highlighter, so I'll show you how to apply it. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand here, and I'm going to take a little duo fiber brush. And I like this, using this product as a highlighter because it's very soft. Doesn't look glittery or anything like that, and just highlights. So I'm just bringing it into that area where I had showed you from the nose, and it landed right on the cheekbone there. And I'm going to bring it down into this front part of my cheek just a little bit, because as I had mentioned, this can sink in somewhat, so it just pops it out. So I'm just running it along there, and I'm going to also bring it up just above the brow and along the side. I find that if you highlight this area, it brings up the look. You don't. It basically lightens it and makes you look more refreshed and that sort of thing. Is what I'm trying to say. So as you can see, it's a very gentle highlighter. I'm going to blend that in again. It's very soft and forgiving, and you could also even do it in the temple area. I don't often suggest that you put the blusher in this area, because what will happen is it kind of closes in our face, and we want to keep this area, as bright as possible. So I like to maybe use just a bit of a highlighter in that area. So I've just used a very small amount. Okay. I don't know if I had a little bit of blusher in that. But anyway, it looks a little bit red there. So that was a little bit of blusher in with the highlighter. So as you can see, that's the cream product, and it's very natural looking, and as long as you're keeping it in that area, it works really well. Okay, so let's go to the powder products now. So again, I'm using the same idea, and I'm going to show you again. So I'm going to go from here to the top of the part of my ear here. And I'm going to bring that up. I don't want to go below that. And then I'm going to go from my nose to the top of the ear. And that's where my highlighter is going to go, basically. And you're not going to have anything color above that area. And then I'm not going to bring it in any farther than this into the cheeks. So let's start with, let's see, we'll start with the blusher. What I'm using today is the Gwen Stafani. This is an old palette. I bought it, I think it was in 2018. I know I've had it for a while, or maybe the end of 2017. So it has some beautiful colors in here. Sorry I don't think you can get it anymore, obviously. But I like the colors, so I just thought it would be good to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start again with the bronzing color that's in here, and I'm going to place my brush in here. and I'm going to go in that area that I had shown you. So I'm going to start at the back, never start at the front. And I'm just going to bronze in that area right there. It's a pretty color actually. And I'm not bringing it too far in to the front of the face, so I'm just keeping it at the back, right on that area. And bring it up a little bit there. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is take my blusher now, and there's a nice rose and pink in here. I'm going to actually, you know what, I'm going to use both. I'm going to pop it in both and just press it in. What I'm going to do is put the blusher just over top of the bronzer like so. And again, I'm not bringing it too far to the front. And just brushing it out. Don't want to bring it up into the hair, into the temple either. Such a pretty color, isn't it? Actually, this side, I don't think it has as much color on it as this side. You can see the blusher better. I really like this palette. It's too bad it's not available anymore. Like so. And then what you're going to do is take your highlighter, and for this demonstration, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier. Oh my goodness, I can't say it. Mercier? Anyway, it's the Highlight 01, and before I go any farther with that though, I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and just kind of blend that in. And as you can see, I haven't brought it down. It's up high on the face and it's at the back. So I'm going to take this highlighter, and what I like about this highlighter also is it's very finely milled. Doesn't leave a high glitter or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit here, press it into my brush, and I'm going to put it right where I had showed you, right along that line at the top of the ear. And I'm going to just go along and just put a little bit of highlighter there. As you can see, it's not really bright. And you know, I would typically highlight a little bit on my nose and my Cupid's bow, but I'm just showing you the cheeks today. And I don't want to bring it in too far, although I'm going to pop it just on that area like I had shown you on the other side, right here. And as you can see, I'm just popping it really lightly. And blending it in. And then what I would do is finish off my powder. I would spray a little bit of Fix Plus. Like so. Because I usually always end my powder products with spraying a little bit of the Fix Plus, so it doesn't look powdery. So as you can see, I've kept it in that area. Now on this side, I don't think it's as noticeable for you as you can see with the powder. You could always, I would always add maybe just a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit more of the cheek color here, just so it is equal to this side. Okay. So you can do it either with the creams or the powder, whatever you prefer to use. Oftentimes I will double blush, so I will start with the cream and then I will add a little bit of powder at the end too. So basically that's the guideline for where to put your bronzer, your blush, and your highlight. So it's pretty easy, just the top of that little part of your ear, and don't go below, and then top of the ear here for your highlight. So that's a good guideline there. So what side do you like? Do you like the powdered side or do you like the cream side better? Okay, so let me know. That wasn't a very long video for a change. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed and got some tips there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate drop me a line below and I'd be happy to answer and love to hear from you. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you, all my new subscribers, for joining, and it's great to have you, and I appreciate all my subscribers that have been with me for a while now. So I hope you all have a great day. If you haven't subscribed, please do so by hitting the red tab down below and that little bell so you'll be notified when my videos go up. All right, so have a great day. Love you guys lots. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.